Harvard Law School Professor Emeritus and author of War Against the Jews, How to End Hamas Barbarism is out December 12th. Alan Dershowitz joins me. Before we get to the Hamas issue, I want to ask you the legal question about this Hunter Biden versus the House in terms of how to handle his questioning. What do you think?
I think your idea is brilliant. We, the public, have a right to hear everything he has to say and every question asked by every member of Congress. We've already seen the politicization and the partisan weaponization of justice. We have the right to videotape made, and you can check it for any confidential material that can be taken out, but the videotape, unedited, should be presented to the public so we can see it. And then we can have the 5-minute show where every congressman gets their 5 minutes. But there should be no secrets when it comes to questioning the son of the president, when the real goal, of course, is to try to point the finger at the president himself. Having said that, I also think all the trials of Donald Trump should be televised. The First Amendment has two aspects: the right to speak, but also the right to hear and listen. And your idea is brilliant, and it should be implemented.
All right, well, I hope we rolled on that so I can keep playing your comment about me. All right, now let me turn to the anti-Semitism on campus. What should these universities, so many of them, the presidents have buried their heads in the sand about the anti-Semitism on their campus. What could they do or should they do going forward?
Well, first of all, I want to volunteer publicly on your show to be a witness against Harvard University. I have been associated with Harvard University for 60 years. I am an insider. I am a whistleblower. I know everything that Harvard has done, probably more than any human being on the face of the earth, in relation to Jews since the day I got there in 1964. I also wrote articles about Harvard's attitude toward Jews and quotas going back to the beginning of the 20th century. So I want to testify against Harvard and let the public know the truth about how these administrators, the first thing Harvard has to do is abolish, as every university must do, abolish this billion-dollar bureaucracy of diversity, equity, and inclusion. It's against diversity. It only wants diversity of skin color, not of ideas. It's against equality. Equity is the opposite of equality. And it's against inclusion. It explicitly excludes Jewish students and Asian students. So that's the first remedy that should be made. It's not going to happen, though, because hundreds of people are employed. They're getting welfare.
You know what the other problem? The other problem, too, is that these universities like Harvard or Penn, they're bulletproof in the sense that even though you think like, I would never want to go there because of the way they're treating the Jews, on the other hand, a degree from these universities is a ticket for your future. So they're bulletproof in the sense, these universities.
I disagree with those, including some of my friends who say don't go to Harvard. Go to Harvard. Protest. Change the atmosphere there. Fight back. Don't give Harvard to the enemies of democracy, the enemies of liberty, the enemies of decency. Don't allow Harvard to become the home for Hitler Youth. That's what happened.
But the professors, the professors who facilitate this have tenure. They're going to be there forever.
I know them. I know them. 4 of them are from the law school, and they have been virulent anti-Israel people for years and years and years. One of them particularly is a fraud. His scholarship is fraudulent, but he got the job because of his radical politics. And so that has to be exposed. And I can expose that to the Department of Education. And we have to fight back. I want every student, every Jewish student, every decent student from any religion who doesn't oppose Israel and doesn't support anti-Semitism to go to Harvard, go to Columbia, fight back and change the institutional culture. That's the key.
Professor Alan Dershowitz, thank you, sir.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Come.